Good morning, third grade, and welcome to day 4 of this week. This is week 8. Today, you guys are going to be working on page number 4 of the district provided packet, which is this one right here. Yesterday, we were using strategies to multiply. Today, we're going to be using strategies to divide. Okay? When we are solving these problems, I want you to remember that dividing is the opposite of multiplication. For example, if I say here 6 times 2 equals 12, right? That means the same thing as saying 12 divided by 2 is, is 6, which is the same thing as using this equation, reading it backwards. So instead of saying here, let me go ahead and right here. Instead of saying 12 equals 2 times 6, we can say 12 divided by 2 divided by, so you're going to read the multiplication sign as a division. So you will read 12 divided by 2 is 6. Remember, division is the opposite of multiplication, okay? So, again, that will be using the same exact equation that we were given, and reading it backwards, we should get our division problem, okay? So 6 times 2 is 12, or 12 divided by 2 is 6, okay? Either way, it's the same thing. You're going to get to the same expression. The reason why I'm explaining this to you is so that you know the relationship between multiplication and division. Okay, so today we are going to be dividing different problems. If you know your multiplication table, you're all set, because it will be so easy for you to get to the answer of these problems. If you do not know your multiplication tables, you're going to have to be working a bit extra, because you're going to have to draw a model to show your response, okay? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to work on the first problem and of the page, and from the second part, I'm going to work on the first problem as well. So we're going to be doing 2 problems together. Your job is to do the rest of the problem on your own. So the first problem I have says, solve, then write the strategy you use to determine your answer. The answer to the problem of 54 divided by 6. Okay, 54 divided by 6. And I want you to remember that the answer to a multiplication problem is called the quotient. Again, that is called the quotient. I'm going to go ahead and write that word right here, right at the top, so you can keep it in mind when you're solving your problem. So I went ahead and highlighted right here. The answer to a division problem is called the quotient. It's very important that you guys practice your math academic vocabulary. Okay, so 54 divided by 6 equals, and we don't know what the quotient is in this equation, unless you know your multiplication tables. If you know your multiplication facts, you will know that 6 times blank number equals 54. Pause the video, think about what that number is, and write it down. Thank you for pausing the video. 6 times what equals 54? Mr. Hernandez, that's easy. 6 times 9, correct. 6 times 9 equals 54. So because 6 times 9 equals 54, I immediately remember that I can read this sentence backwards to make my division sentence, right? So 54, the equal signs means what? Divided by, right? Divided by what? 9 equals or is, right? 6. Okay? So I already know what my answer is. My answer is 9. My quotient here is 9. Okay? But if I know my multiplication facts, then I'm done with the problem, because one of the strategies that I could have used was my memory. So I will say, oh, I'm done. But if I don't know the multiplication facts, then I need to come up with a better strategy, with a different strategy. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw 6 circles, and I'm going to go ahead and draw tallies until I get to 54. I do not prefer this option because if I do not write the tallies correctly, I am going to get the wrong answer. So I rather you to know your multiplication facts, because you're going to need them for everything that's coming up in your future math lessons. So I went ahead and draw the different circles, and I tally out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on up to I got to 54. And I realized that I have 9 tallies in each of the circle, which tells me that 9 tallies times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles equals 54. Once again, I know the answer is 54. The last strategy that you can use, so far you have 1, 2 strategies. The last strategy you can use is skip counting. You have 54 divided by 6 equals what? You can go ahead and skip count by 6 to get to that 64, okay? So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. Okay, so I got to 54 when I skip counted by 6. Now, okay, but how do I know my answer when I do it that way? Easy. We're going to count the multiples, and that's going to tell us what the quotient is. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 7, 42. 6 times 8, 48. And 6 times 9 is 54. Once again, we have 6 times 9 is 54, which means 54 divided by 9 equals 6. So, or it also means 54 divided by 6 equals or is 9. Okay, and that is exactly the same thing that is shown on the problem right here. Sorry, I'm trying to copy this one. That is the same thing that the problem is actually telling us right here. I'm unable to copy paste it right here. Okay, so remember, this is how you read the problem. 54 divided by 6 equals or is 9. and I show you 1, 2, 3 strategies to get to your problem. You can use to your answer. You can use any of these strategies to solve your problem. The next problem that I have for you is 70 divided by 7. When I look at the numbers, I immediately realize that that 70 is a multiple of 10, right? So instead of having to draw circles and all of that, I skip counting by 10, and I have it right here, and that will help me tell me what will be the answer to the problem. Okay. I know that if I multiply 10 times 1 equals what? 7. I mean 10. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3 is 30. 10 times 4 is 40. 10 times 50 is, 10 times 5 is 50. 10 times 6 is 60. 10 times 7 is 70. So I immediately can say that, oh, Mr. Hernandez, I immediately can say, oh, that is so easy. 7 times 10, or it equals 70, right? You can say 7 times 10 equals 70, which means the same thing as 70 divided by, let me see if I can just draw it here. 70 divided by 10 equals 7. So I'm going to write it here. 70 divided, okay, let me go ahead and do that better. It's the same thing as saying 70 divided by 10 equals 7. Okay? So that right there easily will give me the answer to my problem if I just do what I just did. Okay? Okay. 70. I changed the division, the equal sign by the division sign. 70 divided by 10 equals 7. Okay, that's one way for you to do it. Another way for you to do it is by skip counting by 7s, and that will look like this. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 7 times 1, 2, did I put a 4 right here? So here. 7 times 1, 7, 7 times 2, 14, 7 times 3, 21, 7 times 4, 28, 7 times 5, 35, 7 times 6, 42, 7 times 7, 49, 7 times 8, 56, 7 times 9, 63, and last but not least, 7 times 10 equals 70. Again, 7 times 10 equals 70. And 7 times 10 is the same thing as 70 divided by 10 equals 70. 7 times 10 equals 70. 70 divided by 10 equals 7. Okay? 70 divided by 10 equals 7. Okay? So there's the first strategies for you to do. Use the strategy that is best, that you think is best for you. Watch the video that we have been watching about multiplication, because if you know the multiplication facts, that's the easier way for you to get to the answer of these problems, okay? And that is all that I have for you to do in math. Do your best, use your strategies, keep practicing your multiplication tables, and remember, I love you, I'm here for you, and enjoy the rest of your day.